Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, infinite, limitless consciousnesses. Thank you so much for dropping by. Responding to another comment, and you may have noticed that I get pretty fierce with certain comments, and part of it is for my own sanity. And I really deconstruct how people communicate, and partially because um, it's my way of making up for all the times in which I didn't respond with clarity and in my own power. And partially it's to hopefully illustrate how cults operate and how cults are able to hoodwink people into believing nonsense. I'm not saying this person is part of a cult, but I see some very unhealthy dynamics. So the short version is I made a video that I called Hinduism 101, in which I pointed out that Hinduism is based in the Vedas, and the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita are really the foundational pieces of Hinduism. And then there are different schools within that. It's more like this, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Upanishads are like what Hinduism is. It's what makes any particular school of Hindu a Hindu school. And then I pointed out that there are these 6 main different schools and of course other sub-schools, and then looked at Vedanta and that there are sub-schools with Vedanta, and then there's Advaita Vedanta, and that Neo-Advaita falls under none of it, that it's completely pulled itself out of this entire system. It used some of the same words, but don't be fooled. Neo-Advaita has, other than that, it has nothing to do with Hinduism, other than it's taken some concepts and words have been taken totally out of context. And so this is how the person responds. I think your video is an attempt to promote a culture you've only read about. I could definitely respect your ability to differentiate the types of Hinduism and so forth, but your theme smells, reeks, and sells hate. Maybe you might also consider getting busy. Maybe you might also consider getting busy elsewhere, especially someplace where trivial historic recordings and words mean so much, like this video. What a disappointment. Sitting here waiting for the punchline like there was one in this video. Dude, just another one adding notes, division into the world, and senseless compartmentalization. Fix it, don't break it. Now tell me, where does your video fall in those 2 categories? I think he means the fix it or break it. So first of all, thank you so much, brother, for this comment. I freaking loved it. And so first of all, I think this video is an attempt to promote a culture you've only read about. False and false. I'll provide a link so people can actually take a look and see for themselves. I'm not promoting Hinduism. I'm just saying what Hinduism is. And something I've only read about, false and false. I've spent, for every minute I've spent reading about Hinduism, I've spent, 30 minutes practicing it. It's something I've immersed myself deeply in, to the point where I pretty much just say I'm a Hindu. I mean, really what I am is a Hindu universalist, but that's another topic. But I am very much, Hinduism is the sort of foundation of my being, in a sense, or my metaphysical view of the universe. So first sentence, you're batting 0 for 2. I could definitely respect your ability to differentiate the types of schools of Hinduism and so forth. He says it's funny. He says he could respect, but he's not going to. But your theme smells, reeks, and sells hate. So in this video, what I did, and I'm not doing anymore, is I mentioned a specific teacher by name. And now I'm just talking about Neo-Advaita in general. Um, I think anyone watching it will see that it doesn't wreak hate. It's just me presenting a sort of a more of a scholarly perspective of like, hey, this is what Hinduism is, and this is not Neo-Advaita, and this particular teacher is not a part of, is outside of the tradition. Um, and basically, the essence of the video and the essence of what makes Hinduism is respecting the authority of the Vedas, the Gita, and the Upanishads. And I said, this teacher doesn't, and Neo-Advaita doesn't. And if that's hate, then yes, I'm a very hateful person. I personally don't think that's hate. I mean, maybe one or two of my comments was less than kind, but primarily it was an academic, historical analysis. So here's the thing. Hello, thanks for joining in. Here's the thing. Anyone who is seeking control of you will seek to undermine your sense of self. So far, this person hasn't disagreed with anything I've said in the video. He's not going after the content, meaning the ideas, he's going after the contributor. Is he consciously seeking to undermine me so that he can enlist me for a cult? I don't know. But that's how cults operate. That's how unhealthy spiritual teaching operates, is it seeks to reduce the self-worth of the person expressing the opinion as opposed to debating the opinion. So as you can see, we're 5 or 6 sentences in, and all this person is trying to do is make me feel bad about myself. And any cult will do the exact same thing. And to boot, which this person doesn't do, they're going to try and make you dependent on them. They're going to try and make you feel bad, cut off your sense of that you know what you know, which is what this person, that you have a reliable way of knowing outside this cult, which of course that's what this person did in the very first line, is being like, I have academic training in the scholarly study of religion. I have a bachelor's in the scholarly study of religion. And so what does this guy do? Right from the start, he just basically, and plus I've spent all these years practicing and living various styles of Hinduism. So, but what does he do in his first line? He tries to undermine my sense of confidence in myself. Hey, okay. Maybe you might also consider getting busy elsewhere. Okay, especially someplace where trivial, historic, he's making a joke that I'm being hysterical, historic recordings and words mean so much, like this video. So we're 4 sentences in, and so far he hasn't made a single disagreement with anything I said. He's just thrown insult after insult. What a disappointment. One more insult. Sitting here waiting for the punchline, like there was one in this video. The punchline was really clear, dude, and you missed it. And it's this particular teacher, and Neo-Advaita isn't Hindu. It's completely divorced from the entire, and you know what? I'm going to make another video to make it even more clear. So maybe that was one slightly helpful comment that this person made. Comma dude, and I don't think that's a friendly dude. Just another one adding notes, division into the world, and senseless compartmentalization. Okay, so he's actually offering an ounce of reasonable feedback, and his feedback is basically, hey, you're just creating more division. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, there's some truth to that. Yeah, I'll have to sit with that one a little bit. the thing is the thing is I'm offering accuracy, and there are going to be those who want to follow accuracy and those who don't. And I'm not talking about like metaphysical accuracy. I'm just talking about sort of historical. Um, well, I'm going to have to sit with that. He has a little bit of a point there. And I think some of my initial videos were a little divisive. So I think maybe he has a point there, something for me to learn. Adding discord into a world and creating senseless compartmentalization. Fix it, don't break it. Now tell me, where does your video fall into these two categories? Well, that's the thing, is Neo-Advaita is broken. And that's what this channel is about, fixing it. And it's not that, so Neo-Advaita can't be fixed. Insanity cannot be fixed. It can only be replaced by sanity. Untruth cannot be fixed. It can only be replaced by truth. So it's like he's getting upset at me because I'm pointing out that something's false and that that's hateful. And of course, I can always learn more tact and more precision. And the long and short of it is Neo-Advaita is broken beyond repair and has next to nothing to do with Hinduism. And the only way to break that, yes, that's funny. The only way to fix that is for these various Neo-Advaita teachers to acknowledge that. To say, you know, what I'm doing actually is outside the Hindu tradition. What I'm doing is actually outside Advaita Vedanta. But that's not what's going on. You have these teachers claiming that what they're teaching is Advaita Vedanta. And I don't know if I haven't heard any teacher directly claim that they're within the Hindu tradition, but there's certainly all sorts of implications, inferences that this is the real deal. And no, actually, from a scholarly, academic, historical, textual analysis perspective, no, it is not. Absolutely not. And yeah, so I'm just so inspired by this, and I can feel another video coming on. Mew Tawag 666, hello, thanks for dropping by. To my other live viewers, thanks for dropping by. The long and short of it is, some of my videos are going to create, even the most tactful, they're going to create divisiveness because some people believe a lie. I'm not talking here in this moment about spiritual truth. I'm talking about, again, more historical and, I studied a martial art called eskrima. It's from the Philippines. And then I went and studied another martial art, and Wing Chun, and part of it is they taught something that they were calling eskrima, but it wasn't eskrima. Like, I studied eskrima under an American who studied under like a Filipino grandmaster, who's very well known and the real deal. So basically, I got to study the real deal, and then I went to this other school, and they were doing this thing and calling it eskrima, but it truly was not. I mean, yes, we held sticks. Eskrima, a lot of eskrima is done with sticks for training, but it just wasn't eskrima. And if I point that out, yeah, people are going to be pissed, and they should be pissed. They should be pissed at the people who are inaccurately calling something what it isn't. And thanks. So yeah, and I just got this comment. Yes, I came for one of your Muji videos. Very interesting perspective. I'm a new subscriber. Welcome. I hope what I'm doing serves you. And And it's just a fascinating journey because, you know, the journey towards liberation and enlightenment is its own journey. And now, here on this channel, and it's not the only place, but a lot of us are here on this journey of undoing, following false paths to enlightenment, and the damage that I don't want to say damage, but um, anyway, no, where some of us are on two journeys: the journey towards liberation and the journey towards overcoming false paths to liberation. Mhm. Though I think they're very related, being able to discern the real from the unreal. Thanks so much for dropping by. I will post a link to the original video, and thank you so much to welcome to Mao to Wow 666, and thank you so much to the person who commented that inspired this video. Mwah.